I have no tolerance for people who sympathize with terrorists. Right. Absolutely not.
Death to an entire group as a blanket statement is absolutely wrong.
Yeah, some need help, but there's also stuff that we don't want bringing here.
Civil society, pluralistic society is falling apart.
David Menzies for Rebel News here at Yonge Dundas Square in downtown Toronto. And hey folks, do you support the idea of bringing in hundreds, perhaps thousands of Gazan refugees into Canada? Well, that's what we're here to find out. But before I get into the nitty-gritty, can you please go to our new website, which is NoGazaRefugees.com, NoGazaRefugees.com. We have our billboard truck here in Toronto, then it's off to Ottawa and Montreal. It's going to be about $4,000, and we need your help, folks, to crowdfund this. So if you're able to make a donation there, thank you ever so much. And as I was saying, Immigration Minister Mark Miller, he has a plan to bring hundreds of Gazan refugees into Canada. It'll probably swell to thousands, knowing how Liberals do mathematics.
For now, is 1,000, but with some flexibility when we see the ultimate number.
And we have to ask, is that really a good idea? For example, where are they going to find housing? Where are they going to find jobs? What are they qualified for? And also, our healthcare system, which we're always told is frayed at the seams, can it absorb hundreds, maybe thousands more newcomers into the system? But there's something else at play, folks. It's the elephant in the room that the mainstream media will never discuss. And namely, it's this. Do you know 75% of Gazans support the terrorist organization Hamas? Can you imagine? Do we really need those who are terrorism supporters into our great dominion? We have already seen people in Toronto and other cities across Canada, across the world, as a matter of fact, openly chant for genocide of the Jewish people and the annihilation of the state of Israel. Isn't bringing people who subscribe to that mindset kind of like throwing gasoline on a raging fire? Indeed, it seems baffling. Why do you want people in a Western democracy that don't subscribe to Western values? And consider this. Why is it that no Arab nation in the Middle East will accept Gazan refugees as well? Should those people that are chanting this kind of message, should they be deported?
Well, I don't think death to anybody as a blanket statement is right, whether they're any faith or any group, right? Because there's good people and bad people within everyone.
Yes.
So any blanket statement, it's just coming from emotion. And emotion can come because somebody did you wrong or somebody's doing wrong.
That is sort of akin to pouring gasoline on a fire.
I would say it's pretty close, but look, I don't know what's happening in this country. I don't know who to vote for. I hope they're vetted.
Should those people be deported?
I have no tolerance for people who sympathize with terrorists. Right. Absolutely not. I don't think they should be, amongst us.
I think it's kind of a hard question to answer just because, yeah, some need help, but there's also stuff that we don't want bringing here.
Yes.
So I think it's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, I agree that there is a certain point and the line is over.
Yes.
We passed the red line for sure. And this is also dangerous for democracy and the culture that we had in both countries, Canada and France.
Death to an entire group as a blanket statement is absolutely wrong, and it's wrong. And if people are upset about the injustices that are going on towards Palestinians, then they should be careful as to not create a blanket statement against all of Jews or...
Ma'am, what is the agenda of our Prime Minister, other Western leaders, flooding our Western democracies with people who do not subscribe to Western values?
I don't know. The civil society, the pluralistic society is falling apart.
Waving flags and chanting from the river to the sea. Now they think it's from the Lake Ontario to the Mississippi. They don't know that it's from the Jordan to the Mediterranean.
Well, I think our government has totally dropped the ball on this one, and the only one that seems to be, the only leader out there that seems to be having some common sense in this is the Conservatives, Pierre Poilievre.
How do we know if they're lying, saying the right things just to get into the country.
Yeah, that's another tough topic too. But like I said before, I think it's just a case-by-case basis. I don't think we can judge it based on everyone individually.
There are people who aren't even Canadian citizens who are chanting death to a group, death to a nation, genocide in a nation. Would you say to those people, that's it, pack your bags, you're no longer welcome in Canada?
Well, I would have to think about it a little bit, but I do think it is wrong to say that. I think it's wrong to say death to everybody, and so I don't think that's acceptable. But at the same time, I don't think we should respond to these people with emotion either. We should respond with logic.
It's ignorance, and it's also illegal. You can't walk into a Starbucks and I'm standing at the door and not allowing you to come in. That is illegal, and it's also hate.
The concern, I think, sir, is that we already see what the situation is like on the streets of so many Canadian cities around the world, and 75% of Gazans support the terrorist organization Hamas. Is this really a good idea to import these people into Canada?
Well, I believe that legitimate refugees, should be allowed to stay here, as long as they can be part of the greater community, which believes in peace and tolerance. When you have demonstrations like this, I have no sympathy for them at all.
Folks, don't we already have a problem on our hands in Canada with those who are chanting for genocide of the Jewish people and the annihilation of the state of Israel? Do we really want more people that subscribe to that hateful mindset? Well, if you feel like we do, please go to our newest website. It's NoGazaRefugees.com. That's NoGazaRefugees.com. Sign the petition, and if you can help us with our expenses by chipping in $1 or $3, that would be greatly appreciated.